All right, beautiful. Thank you for joining me for a 90-minute 26 and 2 yoga class. We will start with a few rounds of half sun salutes and full sun salutes to warm up our body. And then we will hop into 26 and 2 yoga, 26 postures and 2 breathing exercises. If at any point in class something does not feel right for your body, remember that you can skip a posture, you can modify it, or you can do something else. Yoga can be challenging at times, and that's okay, but we're never going to a point of pain or a point where we could cause harm to ourselves or others. Okay, for the sun salutes, you can come towards the top of your mat with your feet close together, arms down by your side. I'm going to stand back a bit and show you in periphery. If you'd like, you can set an intention or sankalpa for your class, maybe a dedication. Just realized I have a shoe in the way. The joys of home practice. Okay, bring your hands together at heart center and begin. As you inhale, lift your arms up overhead, look up as if you're saluting or greeting the sun. Exhale through your nose, bend your knees, fold forward, hands to floor, relax your head. Inhale through your nose, look forward, back flat, shoulders back. Exhale through your nose, bend your knees and fold again. This is a half sun salute. Inhale through your nose, arms with your ears, hands together, root to rise, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down. Let's do another half sun salute. Inhale, lift your arms, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms with your ears, lift up with a flat back. Exhale, hands down. You can continue with the half sun salutes or join me in full sun salutes. Inhale, lift your arms, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, look forward, lengthen. Exhale, hands to floor, shoulder width distance. Step back into a high plank or tabletop position. For Chaturanga, hug your elbows all the way in and lower down halfway to the floor. Inhale, come up into a back bend. You can do Cobra with elbows bent and thighs on the floor, or up dog with arms straight and thighs off the floor. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up for down dog. You can bend one knee, straighten the other, pedal out your legs, and then press your heels to the floor, hips to the ceiling, drop your head, look for your thighs behind you. If down dog is not speaking to you, come down onto your knees and take a child's pose instead. Sink your hips down as you reach your arms forward. On your next inhale, hands to the floor, look forward, step forward, lengthen, halfway lift. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes, arms with your ears, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back into your plank or tabletop and hold here for a moment. If that lowering down, that push-up motion and then the back bend does not feel good for you, that's called a Chaturanga. You can skip it. You can go straight from your plank or tabletop directly into your down dog or child's pose. You can also take a cat-cow while we Chaturanga. Otherwise, lean forward, hug your elbows in, pull yourself down, and then inhale, come up into your back bend, neck long, shoulders back. Exhale, lift your hips up for down dog or sink your hips down for child's pose. Either way, make your arms long and spread your fingers wide so that especially if you're in down dog, you're not putting all of your body weight on your wrists. Think about pressing down through your knuckles, your palms, and the space between your index finger and thumb. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms with your ears, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down. Last one, inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back, high plank, keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale your up dog. Exhale, down dog. If you're doing child's pose, try to get your hips to your heels. If you're doing down dog, try to get your heels to the floor. If your heels don't naturally touch the floor, you can take a bigger stance. If you have tight hamstrings, you can micro bend your knees. Otherwise, press your thighs back, heels down, hips up. Look for your thighs behind you. Slow inhale through the nose. Slow exhale through the nose. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root your eyes, lift up, salute the sun. Exhale, hands down. Beautiful, that's our little warm up. We will now hop into 26 into yoga. Come to the middle of your mat space with your feet close together, toes, heels touching nicely. We'll start with 2 sets of pranayama, standing deep breathing, good for your lungs and respiratory system. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. All the time against the back of the throat. Your nose and your mouth are just a passageway. Breathe as much as possible, as long as possible, as slow as possible. Don't forget to have fun. Bring your feet together, toes, heels touching nicely. Interlock your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs, and glue your knuckles underneath your chin. Rock your weight into your heels. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. You made it to class. Concentrate, meditate, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose. Lift your elbows up. Suck your stomach in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up, exhale through your mouth, HA, exhale, head back, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, elbows out and arms up. Slowly bring your chin down, look straight ahead, lift your elbows all the way up, breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up, slowly push your head back, look way, way, way back for the wall behind you, arms forward, touching to the wall in front of you. Inhale, head down, breathe in through your nose, down through your throat to the very bottom of your lungs. Exhale, head up. As you exhale, open your mouth wide. Like you're fogging up a mirror on the ceiling. Elbows touch when your lungs are empty. Inhale, head down, take your time. Slowly bring the chin down. Use your chin to push your knuckles down, palms face the floor, forearms straighten the face. Exhale, head up. Use your knuckles to push your head back. Make a tight fist. Squeeze your palms, wrists, forearms, elbows together. Inhale, head down. Keep the weight in your heels. Contract your quadricep muscles. Squeeze your gluteal muscles. Lock your legs. Exhale, head up. Keep the weight in your heels. Try not to rock back and forth or side to side. Just the neck spine moves at the beginning of class. Inhale, head down. As you inhale, suck your stomach in. Depression to abdominal wall. Contraction to abdominal muscles. Suck it in. Hold it in tight. Exhale, head up. Even as you exhale, core tight. Shoulders down, elbows up, triceps parallel to the floor. Inhale, so lower body stays still like a statue. In both the inhale and exhale, keep the shoulders down away from the ears. Exhale, head up. So again, shoulders stay down, chest stays lifted, just the head drops back, no backward bending, elbows touch. Inhale, I'll do 2 with you. Once, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, head down. So the inhale and exhale don't really pick up on camera, but they're subtle, right? You're not using your vocal cords. Exhale, head up. As you exhale, it should be like a Darth Vader sound, not a Baby Yoda sound, like just a subtle exhale as you push the air out, elbows touch. Inhale, this breathing exercise is called Ujjayi breathing. You think of the throat like a valve, constricted, you breathe slower, longer, deeper. Exhale, head up. And the breathing exercise helps to warm up the body from the inside out, generating breath through the slow inhale and exhale. Inhale, head down, last breath. In the first set, spine a little longer, elbows a little higher, lungs a little fuller, suck your stomach in, breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up, take your time, eyes open, hips forward, legs locked, stomach in, keep exhaling, push, squeeze, elbows touch. Change, arms down, can roll out your shoulders and head. Ooh, I'm tight this morning. Second set, feet together, interlock your fingers, switch the grip, other thumb, pinky finger on top, bring your knuckles underneath your chin. Rock the weight into your heels. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your butt, stomach in, grow taller out of the base of your spine, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose, lift your elbows up, suck your stomach in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up, exhale through your mouth, slowly push your head back, reach your arms forward, keep exhaling, elbows touch. Inhale, head down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, full lungs. Exhale, head up, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, elbows touch, 1. Inhale, head down, use the full 6 seconds to inhale. Take in more and more and more air. Exhale, use the full 6 seconds to exhale. Synchronize your breath with your body movements. Elbows touch when your lungs are empty. Inhale, I'll do 2 with you. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, head down. Every new inhale, you want to take in more air than the last breath to expand your lung capacity. Exhale, head up. The more you exhale here, the more fresh oxygen you can take in on your next breath. Push the air out. Inhale, head down. So make this the deepest breath so far. Breathing into the top of the lungs, middle of the lungs, bottom of the lungs, full lungs. Exhale, head up. In our day-to-day life, we don't really use the full lung capacity, but the lungs need to be worked out like any other part of the body. Inhale. Keep the shoulders down, ribs open, chest proud. Exhale. Inhale, 2 more. Exhale. Inhale, head down. Last breath, second set, deepest breath of your life. When your lungs are totally full, surprise yourself. Take in 1 more sip of air. Exhale, head up. Take your time, let everything go through the exhale breath. Any worries, any cares, let them go. Be here now, elbows touch. Change, arms down, you can roll out your shoulders and head. We will continue with Ardha Chandrasana with Padasana, half moon with hands to feet pose. Feet together, inhale your arms over your head sideways, palms together, interlock your fingers, release your index fingers, cross your thumbs, nice tight grip, stretch up out of your waist, and bend right and left, right and left. Every time you pass through the middle, reach up a little taller. This is both a warm up and just kind of a checking in. So for example, I'm like, whoo, my lower back is tight, right? So just take note of what you're feeling in your body right now. And when you can't stretch anymore, come to stop in the middle. Bring the weight into your heels, push your hips a little forward, squeeze your palms together, engage your lower abdominal wall, lean your upper body back so that your back is nice and flat. So hips are open, chest, rib cage is open, shoulders are opening. Press your palms together, touch your biceps to your ears, keep your abdominal wall engaged. Inhale, breathing, stretch up out of your waist, try to touch the ceiling. Exhale, breathing, absolutely straight line, slowly bend your body to the right without bending your elbows, without bending your knees. Continuously push your hips to the left beyond your flexibility. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling in the left side of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes. Just remember, it's the first posture of the day and there's no rush. Know where you need to be. Nothing you have to prove to yourself or anyone else. All you have to do is breathe in and out through your nose. Before class, we were talking about, practicing with like a sore arm from like a COVID shot or a flu shot, or maybe you have a baby in your life and you realize your Tdap is, expired or whatever that is, right? Or maybe you just have a shoulder injury. Know that anytime the arms are up in any way, you can always keep your arms down, crossed across your body, have your palms in prayer. You could have one arm up, right? Whatever that is for you. So in any instance where a limb is injured, focus on what your spine is doing and breathe into that, right? As you inhale, lengthen the arms to lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, push your hips to the left to stretch the spine. Come down, push, push, push. Change. Inhale to come up, stop in the middle, hips forward, arms back. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, slowly bend to the left, press your hips to the right, breathe through your nose. There's actually a 26-2 yoga teacher in Chicago named Michael Fine, who calls himself the one-armed yogi because he only has one arm, right? So I've seen people practice without an arm before, so I know that it is quite possible and in fact quite inspiring. So again, if you ever need to keep an arm down in any way, that is totally fine. Keep the weight in your heels, press your hips a little forward, squeeze your palms together, upper body back, touch your biceps to your ears, push your right hip a little forward to get your 2 hips in line. Bring your left shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Option to stay here or get a little deeper at the end. Come down, push, push, push. Change. Inhale to come up, first back bend of the day. Take a deep breath, full lungs, keep your eyes open, relax your head back as far as it goes, and give your head a gentle shake, look for the floor behind you. Squeeze your butt, lift your chest, and immediately bring your arms back with your ears, try to touch the wall behind you. Full spine back bending from coccyx to the neck, lower back, middle back, upper back. Bend your total spine backward bending, keep the weight in your heels, lock your legs. Inhale, breathing, push stomach, thighs, hips, everything forward. Now bring your arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back. Change. Inhale to come up, big stretch up. Exhale, stomach in, fold, go down with a flat back, straight spine, hands to floor, drop your head, go for a walk, move your hips, shake your head. This is a U-turn from back bending to forward folding. At the beginning of class, your spine might not be quite warmed up yet. Move your hips to get your lower back nice, relaxed, comfortable, easy, flexible. Shavasana, hands to feet pose. Bend your knees halfway. Grab the backs of your calves, your Achilles or your heels from underneath. Step on all 10 fingers. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down from the lower spine to the floor. Pulling is the object of stretching. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling on the back of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes with a smiling, happy face. It's kind of poetic. Keep pulling, keep stretching, keep breathing. Roll forward, lift your hips up, push your knees back, stretch your spine down. Change, come on up, chin away from the chest, arms to the ears, knees can bend as you lift. Good, arms down, and you stand a little taller, right? Second set, feet together, inhale, arms up, palms together, switch the grip, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs. Press your palms together up to the wrists, touch your biceps to your ears, pull your abdomen in, root down through your heels, lift up through your kneecaps, squeeze your glutes, inhale, stretch up. Exhale, slowly drop to the right, press your hips to the left, breathe through your nose. Use what you learned in the first set to inform the second set, right? So if let's say in the first set you had to come out early or you were grimacing or holding your breath, that might be a sign to go a little slower or do a little less. Or second set at the end, when you heard change, you were like, but I could go deeper, right? That might be a sign to do a little bit more, go a little bit deeper here. Keep the weight in your heels, hips forward, arms back with your ears. Move your left hip a little forward, 2 hips in line. Right shoulder forward, left rib cage back, 2 shoulders in line. Come down, push, push, push. Change. Inhale to come up, stop in the middle. Imagine you could lean against a wall behind you. Pull the abdomen in, slide the breastbone up. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, slowly drop to the left, press your hips to the right. So you're stretching the right side body and toning the left side body, don't collapse. Can you create more space between your right armpit and right hip? Can you create more space between your left armpit and left hip, right? So both sides of the body, you're really lifting up and over rather than down and out. Weight in the heels, hips forward, arms back, like you're leaning against a wall behind you. Push your right hip a little forward, get your 2 hips in line, and then bring your left shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming, come down, push, push, push. Change. Inhale to come up. Second heart opener, keep your eyes open, drop your head back, squeeze your butt, lift your chest, and take your arms back with your ears. Full spine backward bending from coccyx to the neck, lower back, middle back, upper back. Keep the weight in your heels, lock your legs. Inhale, breathing, push stomach, thighs, hips, everything forward, chest up. Bring your arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back, change. Inhale to come up, big stretch. Exhale, fold. Arms with ears, hands to floor, drop your head, go for a walk, move your hips, shake your head. Second set, Padasana, bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your legs or your heels from underneath. Step on your heels, pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes and lift your hips up. Lift your shoulders up too. It sounds counterintuitive, but remember that you're upside down. So if you lift your shoulders up, it'll decompress the neck spine. While you're at it, try to bend your elbows back more. One day elbows touch. For now, push your biceps into the sides of your calves, right? Push the elbows together, pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up, push your knees back. Try to lock your knees, lock your knees, lock your knees. Change, come on up, stomach in, arms with ears. Knees can bend as you lift. Beautiful, arms down, and you let that one go. Awkward, Utkatasana. Step your right foot to the right, about 6 inches hip width distance, insides of your feet perfectly parallel like 11s. Bring your arms up parallel to the floor, tricep muscles nice and tight, all 5 fingers together, thumbs with your index fingers. An alternative is to have hands in prayer. Reach your arms forward, pull your abdomen in, bend your knees, sit back and down into a chair. Feet flat position, spine straight to begin with. 100% of your body weight in your heels. Sit down halfway only, hips into a chair. Suck your stomach in and lean your upper body back. Depression to abdominal wall. Contraction to abdominal muscles. Suck your stomach in, hold it in tight. Move your hips and knees back a little bit more. Sit down more into a chair. Find your edge. Now lift your chin up, chest up, lean back, fall back, way back, change. Inhale to come up. Keep your arms there. Push your hips a little forward. Spread your toes wide. Come up maximum on your tippy toes like a ballerina. Stretch up at the top. Bend your knees, sit down, lean back. Touch your head and hips to an imaginary wall behind you. Press the shins and knees forward. Lift your heels a little higher, knees a little higher. Sit down into a chair, but don't sit below a chair. Change. Come on up. Last part. Still breathing. Keep your arms there, shoulders out of the ears, triceps tight. Squeeze your knees together. Let your heels come a little off the floor and slowly sit down. Take your time, listen to your body. Stop whenever you want or keep sitting down. You can always also put your hands on the floor if it helps you get down there. Squeeze your knees together and forward. Thighs parallel to the floor. Arms parallel to the thighs. Spine perfectly straight. From the side, looks like you're holding a box. Change. Slowly come up. Squeeze your inner thighs together as you lift. Beautiful. Heels down, right foot back, arms and shoulders down. From here on out, we'll try and find a little bit of stillness and breath between every set of every posture, both in the standing series and on the floor. You know, on the floor, we have Savasanas between postures, right? But here, this is actually a yoga posture called mountain pose. You're standing tall like a mountain. And this is also an alternative, right? If you ever need to skip a posture, do a good mountain pose rather than like walking around and fixing stuff. Just hold here, still tall like a mountain. Second set, step your right foot to the right, hip width distance, insides of your feet parallel. Bring your arms up parallel to the floor, triceps tight, pull your abdomen in, reach your arms forward, bend your knees, sit back and down into a chair. Feet flat, spine straight, weight in your heels, look forward the whole time so your neck is long. Eventually your knees are over your ankles, shins perpendicular to the floor, stomach in. Now lift your upper body off of your lower body. Lots of core strength and arm strength going on here. Your arms are your counterbalance as you sit back, lift your chin up, chest up, change, come on up, keep your arms there. Push your hips a little forward, try to eliminate any curvature in the lower back, right? Lift your heels as high as you can. Concentrate, meditate, levitate, stretch up, and sit down. Lean back, touch your whole spine, even the lower spine to a wall behind you. Use your core strength. Lift your heels a little higher, knees a little higher. Sit down into a chair, but not below a chair. Change, come on up. Last part, still breathing. Squeeze your knees together. Let your heels come a little off the floor and slowly sit down. The slower you do, the better you do. And like an elevator ride, as you get to the ground floor, you want to slow down even more. Good. Keep the hips a little off the heels, abdomen in, triceps tight, shoulders soft, all 5 fingers together, neck in line with the rest of your spine. Change, slowly come up, press the knees, thighs together as you lift. Good, heels down, right foot back, arms down. Eagle pose, Garudasana, we're gonna do the right side first. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, swing right arm, under left arm, right elbow, under left elbow, cross first at your elbows again if you can at your wrists, palms together, thumbs towards your nose, pinkies away from your face. You can also interlock fingers, grab a thumb, or grab your shoulders and give yourself a big bear hug for coming to class. Pull your elbows down, bend your knees, sit down low, stay down there, lean back, and bring your right leg over your left leg. Right leg over left leg, cross your legs each other, twist like ropes, eventually wrap your right foot behind your left calf muscle. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back, bring your knees to the right, upper body to the left, twist like ropes. Sit down more, elbows down more, stomach in, upper body back. Good, change, feet together, arms up. If having your arms overhead hurts, you can always just bring your arms parallel and then swing left arm under right arm. Left under right, palms together, thumbs towards your face. Lifting the arms all the way up will help you get some momentum to cross your arms, but it's not necessary, right? You can even just start here. Pull the elbows down, Bend your knees, sit down, hips down low, lean back, and bring your left leg over your right leg, left leg over right leg. The good news about practicing yoga after you get a shot is they say you're supposed to move your arm, right, to distribute the medicine. And we most certainly move our arms in this practice. Bring your knees to the left and upper body to the right. So your wrists, elbows, knees, and ankles are all in one line. Bring the weight back into your heel, shift your shins and hips back. Pull your elbows down, keep your abdominal wall engaged. Bend your knees to sit down more. Lean your upper body back. Good, change feet together, arms up or arms out. Second set, swing right arm, under left arm, think bicep under tricep. Pull your elbows down, bend your knees, sit down, stay down there, lean back, and bring your right leg over your left leg. Hamstring over quadricep, cross, twist, squeeze, breathe. Push your left hip a little forward, 2 hips in line. Right shoulder a little forward, 2 shoulders in line. Push your top leg into your bottom leg. Press your palms together flat. Try to get your wrists straight and eventually fingers in line. Sit a little lower. Breathe a little slower. Bring your upper body back to the end. Good. Change feet together, arms up. Last one. Here we go. Left arm under right arm. Pull the elbows down, stomach in. Bend your knees, sit down, lean back, and bring your left leg over your right leg. This side might feel different from the other side. That might be a temporary reason, like a temporary hip injury or a vaccine shot or whatever that is. Or it could be like, a chronic tightness in a shoulder or a knee surgery from 20 years ago that still ails you. Just remember that it's okay to be asymmetrical. As a byproduct of yoga, we tend to get a little bit more limber, a little bit more symmetrical, but that's not the goal, right? The goal is getting to know yourself better. Yoga is an opportunity to observe what's going on in your body, what's going on in your mind and your heart without judgment or expectation. Sit down more, lean back, and change. Feet together, arms up, arms down. Party time. You can grab a sip of water if you want. Cheers, friends. So throughout class, I invite you just to observe what's going on. Not just in your body, but again, like what's going on in your heart, in your mind, in your spirit, but just observe rather than assigning judgment like, oh, it's a good thing that I can do this posture, or it's a bad thing that my mind wandered. Just observe, right? It's interesting that I can't do this posture today, or it's interesting that here's where my mind is still, and here's where my heart starts to feel like a little uncomfortable in this posture. Just observe. Shift your weight to your left leg, standing separately head to knee. Lock your left leg, Dandayamana Janu Sharasana. Lift your right leg up, flex your toes back towards your face, stomach in. Option to stay here, stomach in, or as you're ready, round down, stomach in, and pick up your right foot. All 10 fingers interlocked, webbing to webbing grip. From start to finish, standing legs should be solid, concrete, one piece, lamppost, unbroken. You have no knee. If you've been coming for a while and you know your left leg is locked, no bend, no wobble. Inhale, breathing slowly, gently, lift your right leg up. Stretch it forward until your right leg is exactly parallel to the floor. No higher, no lower, standing leg lock. Take a breath. Kick your heel forward, continuously keep kicking without stopping, without intermission. Flex all 5 toes back towards your face from the ankle. You're training your Achilles to stretch. If your standing leg is bending, posture hasn't started, lock your left leg. If both legs lock from the side, legs make an upside down L like Linda, then bend your elbows down. Touch your elbows to your calf muscles. One day, elbows go below the calf muscles. Lock your knee. Lock your knee. Lock your knee. Change. Arms straight, then the right leg, right foot down. So in the 90-minute version, right, we hold postures a little bit longer, but that also means that we have more of an opportunity to really breathe in the postures. Shift your weight to your right leg. Big toe points forward. Lift your kneecap, contract your inner thigh, outer thigh. Use gluteus minimus and maximus. You're using your side seat as well. Engage your abdominal wall, and then lift your left leg up. Flex your toes back. So when our muscles are engaged, we protect our joints, right? So the core is tight, the quads are tight. Pull the abdomen in, round down, and pick up your left foot. All 10 fingers interlocked, even your thumb under the foot. Keep the abdomen engaged, the face relaxed. Breathe through the nose. And when you're ready, slowly, gently, lift your left leg up. So you'll kick your heel forward, flex your toes back. You're stretching your calf and Achilles. Notice if your foot is going to the right or your heel is turning in and your knee is turning out, right? That's the hip trying to open. Move the heel to the left. So your big toe points to the ceiling and your heel faces the floor. If both legs lock, you feel tremendous stretching feeling on the backs of both legs, maybe even a cramp on the top of your thigh. Start by puffing up your chest and lengthening your spine, and then start to bend your elbows down. So a trick to spine mobility is to stretch up first before you move in any of the 6 directions, right, left, backward, forward, or twisting. Stretch first. Drop the shoulders down, elbows down, chest down, hold and breathe. Change, arms straight, bend the left leg, left foot down. And put your hands on your back and do a little back bend or knee bend. Take a breath, mountain pose. Second set, a little shorter. Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, lift your right leg up, flex your toes back, round down, pick up your right foot, all 10 fingers interlocked, webbing to webbing grip. Concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun. Inhale, lift your right leg up. If both legs lock, bend elbows down. Elbows go below calf muscles, tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee. Hold and breathe at your deepest point. Slowly bring your head up, arms straight, bend your right leg, right foot down. Good for you. Shift your weight to your right leg, lock your right leg, lift your left leg up, flex your toes back, round down, pick up your foot. Keep your big toe on the floor without grabbing the floor with your toes. Evenly distribute your body weight on your standing foot. Inhale, lift your left leg up. When both legs lock, bend elbows down. Tuck your chin to your chest. Keep moving your hips forward. Touch your forehead to your knee. Lock your knee. Lock your knee. Lock your knee. Change, head up, arms straight, bend the leg, left foot down. Good for you. That was a forward curl, a compression posture. Next, we're going to open through our chest and shoulder and do a nice big back bend. Standing bow pulling pose, Dandayamana, Dhanurasana. Feet together, bring your right hand up. Elbow touches the body, palm faces the ceiling. Bring your hand out to the right. Give yourself a high five for practicing yoga today. Yes, reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle bone, thumb with your index finger. And if, bring your left arm up and back with your ear. However, if you have a shoulder injury, or let's say like a vaccine or a sore arm for another reason, you can always start with your arm here. Lock your left leg, point your right toes, lift your chin, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly charge your body forward. Simultaneously kick your right leg back and up. Take your time. At first, just find a place where you can balance. Breathe. And back bend. This is the cardiovascular part of class. And when I'm teaching and talking at the same time, sometimes I can't breathe through my nose, which is a sign that I will take a break. And if you also can't breathe through your nose right now, you're doing a little bit too much, right? At any given time, even in a cardiovascular part of class like this, you want to be able to breathe through the nose. Slowly bring the body down and the leg up. See the foot come directly over the top of your head. So from the side, 2 heels in line. Kick back and up. In other words, 2 shoulders in line. Touch your chin to your shoulder, shoulder blade scapula stretching away from the body. Kicking and stretching should be equal, simultaneous 50-50. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. Body down more, leg up more, charge your body forward one more time. Kick, kick, kick. Good, change, slowly kick yourself up. Feet together, arms down. So the first set of this posture is meant to be a full minute in the 90-minute version. Bring your left hand up. Out to the left, so you're already opening through your chest and shoulder. Reach back, pick up the inside of your left foot at the ankle, stretching the quad. Bring your right arm up and back. Now you're opening the shoulders, knees together. So even in the setup, sometimes we take this for granted when we can do it, but even the setup of this posture is a pretty big opening to your chest, shoulder, and quad. Option to stay here. When you're ready, lock your right leg, point your left toes, lift your chin and shoulder, stretch up, and slowly kick into your hand. Simultaneously charge your body forward. You're kicking in 2 directions. You're kicking back and you're kicking up. So from the side, your knee starts to draw a circle. I find that the more I kick back, the easier it is to balance, but the more I kick up, the more you'll come into the standing split. So do both at once. Other ways to think about the kick your heel away from your butt, push your left foot into your left hand, or create maximum space between your right fingertips and your left big toe. So you're really opening through the chest and shoulder. Do notice if the left hip starts to come up too. Try to keep your left hip forward and down, so then the spine has to do the work. This is one of only 3 spine twists in class. And when our spine is tight, our hips will try to open up instead. So if you can keep the hips in place, then the spine really starts to open, chest opens to the left side of the room. Bring the body down more, leg up more, reach forward one more time, kick, 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 change, slowly come up with control. Feet together, arms down, take a breath, mountain pose. Second set, half the time, twice the fun. Bring your right hand up, out to the right, reach back, pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle bone, thumb with your index finger. Bring your left arm up and back with your ear, knees together, lock your left leg, point your right toes, lift your chin, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, breathe. Standing bow pulling pose. Take your time. Keep the chin and chest lifted. So again, if that right hip is lifting up a lot, try to drop the right hip down so it's the chest opening. And if you fall out like I did, take a breath. Pop back in. Never too late. Keep the right hip down, right shoulder back, left shoulder forward. Body down more, leg up more. Reach forward one more time. Kick, kick, kick. Good, change. Kick yourself up, feet together, arms down. Bring your left hand up, out to the left. Reach back, pick up the inside of your left foot at the ankle. Thumb with your index finger, right arm up and back, knees together. Lock your right leg, point your left toes, lift your chin, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, breathe. If you always fall out of this posture, go a little slower, do a little less. If you always stay in the posture, come down more, or try adjusting the hips, right? Try something new. So the sweet spot is like you fall out once or twice a week, right? Not every time, but you're also not staying in it every time. Keep the chin and chest lifted as you come down parallel to the floor, body down more, leg up more, charge your body forward, kick, kick, kick. Change, slowly press up, feet together, arms down. Wonderful. Come to the back of your mat and towel for Tula Dandasana, balancing stick. This next posture is only 10 seconds. You have to make up your mind to use 100% of your strength in half a second. If you're late, it's over. Feet together, inhale, arms up, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs. You can also have your hands in prayer. Step your right foot forward, a big step, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, stretch, stomach in, and come down like a slow moving seesaw. Arms, body, head, legs, everything parallel to the floor from the side. Body makes a T like turkey, not a broken umbrella. Body down, leg up, stretch, stretch, stretch. Change, left foot down, your right foot back, lean back, stretch up. Step your left foot forward, squeeze your butt, lift your kneecaps, lock your legs, stretch, and tilt. Charge your body forward, try to touch the wall in front of you. Shoulder blade, scapula stretching away from the body. Keep your back long and your neck in line with the rest of your spine from the side. Chest down, chin forward, lift your right leg up. Change, right foot down, left foot back, arms down, mountain pose, take a breath. Second set, arms up, palms together, switch the grip, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, lean back, stomach in, step your right foot forward, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, stretch, and tilt. Charge your body forward, try to touch the wall in front of you, shoulder blade, scapula stretching away from the body, left hip down, left foot to the left, stretch, stretch, stretch. Change, left foot down, squeeze your glutes as you come up, right foot back, lean back, step your left foot forward, shift your weight into the ball of your foot, stretch and tilt. So from start to finish, even in transition in this posture, every muscle in the body contracting, but you keep your face relaxed. Right hip down, right foot to the right, lift your leg up, leg up, leg up. Change, keep the muscles contracted as you come up. Right foot down, left foot back, arms down, now breathe. Come to the top of your mat and towel. Enough of that. You can face the long side of your mat for the next 3 postures. I will face you. This is the separate leg series. Standing separate leg, it's not a very clever name. Standing separate leg Gajini, Dandayamana Vikaptapada Paschimottanasana. Inhale your arms over your head. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, nice big step. Arms down parallel to the floor. Turn your toes in, heels out, lock your legs, lift your chest, and swan dive forward. Good. You can always start with your hands on the floor in front of you. You can also grab the outsides of your feet or eventually your heels from behind. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up, push your knees back, lock your knees. First the leg stretching, then the hip stretching, lower spine, full body stretching, 360-degree angle stretching, coccyx to toes, coccyx to forehead, touch your forehead to the floor in between your feet. If your forehead's not yet touching the floor, take a little bit of a bigger step. Everybody roll forward, find your edge, lift your hips up, push your knees back, full stretch, breathe, touch your head to the floor in between your feet. Good, change, slowly come up, take your time, no rush. Step your right foot back to the place, arms up, arms down, mountain pose. If your forehead touched the floor easily in the first set, take a little bit of a smaller step so that your spine has room to stretch. If your forehead was nowhere near the floor, take a bigger step. And hey, in this posture and the next two, we always bring our arms up and then out for maximum shoulder mobility. But if that does not feel good to your body, you can always just take a step to the right and either have your arms out parallel or your hands on your hips so that the arms don't have to come up overhead, which is a trick again if you have like a shoulder injury, right? Second set, arms up. Step your right foot to the right, big step. Arms down parallel to the floor, toes in, heels out, lock your legs, lift your chest, and swan dive forward. Good. Grab your heels from behind. When I'm in Seattle, I go to this studio with this that's owned by a man who's like was one of the first teacher trainees of Bikram, and says that, you know, in the 80s, you actually didn't bring your arms overhead when you step back into the postures. Like when you come out of this posture, we'll be like arms up and arms down. But he claims that like 30 or 40 years ago, you would just bring your arms down afterwards. And so when I go to that studio, it's like, you know, after this posture, after triangle, people just step back and bring their arms down rather than having their arms up first. I'm just telling a story while we're in this posture. But it's always so funny because like I go there enough now that I know to do that, but it's like you'll see people who have a really regular practice who are visiting there and they bring their arms up and then they look around and it's awkward. So I'm saying that because I guess originally 40 years ago, you wouldn't bring your arms up, right? So roll forward, lift your hips up, push your knees back, full stretch, breathe, touch your head to the floor. I've always thought it's funny, change, slowly come up, step your right foot back to the place. And if you want to be like Kevin's studio, you just bring your arms down rather than arms up and arms down. Okay, triangle, Trikonasana. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, big step, arms down parallel to the floor. I suspect he kind of just likes to be a little contrarian. That's what I suspect. Push your hips forward, lean your upper body back, stretch your spine up. Or to say like, I knew it first. Turn your right foot out, left toes in, two heels in line. Inhale, bend your right leg and lunge. You can bounce a couple times to warm up the hips and knees. You can take a bigger or smaller step that helps you to sit down more. Lean back, squeeze your glutes, keep your spine straight in the middle, stomach in, and move your arms at the same time. Eventually, elbow in front of the knee. Don't touch the floor. Don't push any weight on the floor. Look up to the ceiling, touch your chin to your shoulder. And if you need to have your arm down or in prayer, that's okay. Eventually, arms at 6 and 12 o'clock. Actively reach your left shoulder up, stretch your right shoulder down. Push your left hip forward and down. Push your right knee back with the help of your elbow. Now turn, twist upper body back like spine twisting posture. Lock your left leg, keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your right leg, right toes in, left toes out, two heels in line. Inhale, bend your left leg and lunge, sit down low. You can bounce a couple times, working on the hips and knees. Eventually, left thigh bicep parallel to the floor. Sit down, lean back, and move your arms. So my thigh is not parallel to the floor, and that's okay. If your thigh is not parallel to the floor, work on getting your right hip down. So rather than right hip up, right hip down. And then rather than collapsing down to get the elbow in front of the knee, just use your left side obliques to stay lifted and try to get a nice long diagonal line from your ankle to the crown of your head. Look up towards the ceiling, look for your right thumb, reach your right shoulder up, stretch your left shoulder down, stretch the crown of your head toward the ceiling and left wall meet. Sit down, chest up, turn and twist. Lock your right leg, keep your right foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your left leg, left toes in, right foot back, arms up, arms down. Take a breath. Second set a little shorter. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, nice big step. Press your hips forward, lean your upper body back, turn your right foot out, left toes in. Inhale, bend your right leg, sit down low. Lean back, then move your arms, elbow in front of the knee and your fingertips between your big and second toe. Don't touch the floor, don't push any weight on the floor. Look up to the ceiling, touch your chin to your shoulder. Sink your left hip down, push your right knee back, lift your right side body off of your right thigh, roll the left rib cage back, open your chest like a flower petal blooming, lock your left leg, keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change, move your arms, straighten your leg, right toes in, the left toes out, two heels in line. Inhale, bend your left leg, sit down, lean back, and move your arms, elbow in front of the knee. Try to touch just between the big and second toe by sinking your hips down. Look up, stretch up, push your right hip forward and down, push your left knee back with the help of your elbow, turn and twist upper body back, sit down more, chest up more, roll the right rib cage back, lift the right shoulder up, lock your right leg, keep your right foot flat on the floor. Change, move your arms, straighten your leg, left toes in, and if you're in Seattle, right foot back, arms down. Try standing separate leg, head to knee, Dandayamana Vipattapada Janu Sharasana. Inhale, arms up, palms together, cross your thumbs, exhale, step your right foot to the right, nice big step. 3 feet minimum, pick up your toes, pivot on your heels. Option to have your hands in prayer or for balance challenge, even hands in prayer behind you, ooh la la. Turn your back toes in, push your left hip forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 2 hips in line, 2 heels in line. Backside foot makes a 45-degree angle. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Chin to chest, stomach in, round your spine, bend your front leg, touch your forehead and knee together. Now in this class, I'm throwing out a lot of modifications. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? If you don't need a modification, I recommend not doing it. 1, because often the postures that are hardest for us are the ones that we need the most. And 2, because part of, frankly, the scientific formula of this yoga is that it's the same every time. And if you're doing a different modification for kicks every time, then it's a lot harder to track like your progress and what's actually changing in your body. However, again, there are seasons in our life where we need modifications for postures, whether it's short-term because we got a shot or long-term because we had surgery or have like a torn, meniscus or whatever it is, right? So just keep that in mind that modifications are always available, but you don't need to do them if you don't need them. Push your forehead into your knee, lock both legs, hands together, change, slowly uncurl, chin to chest, left hip forward, left shoulder forward, full stop at the top, pick up your toes, pivot on your heels, uncross your heels, turn your back toes in, squeeze your right butt cheek, push your right hip forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, 2 hips in line, 2 heels in line, backside foot makes a 45-degree angle, stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest and go down. One of the cool things about this style of yoga, right, is I'm teaching a class where I know that everybody's quite familiar with the sequence, and sometimes I'll go off script a little bit, right, because you know what to do. Tuck your chin to your chest, pull your abdomen in, touch your forehead and knee together, front side compression, throat choked, eyes open, breathing normal. If your forehead and knee aren't touching, you can try bending your front leg more, taking a bigger step, maybe turning your back toes forward more so you can move your right hip forward, push the floor away from you, tuck your chin to your chest, eventually forehead and knee touch. However, you are not forcing your body. If it does not feel good to round your spine this much, ease up a little bit. Slowly over time, we start to squeeze into the abdominal wall. Push your forehead into your knee, lock your legs, hands together, change. Go slow, right hip forward, right shoulder forward, full stop at the top, pivot on your heels, right foot back, arms down, take a breath. Second set, arms up, palms together, cross your thumbs, other thumb on top. Step your right foot to the right, 3 to 4 feet. Shift your weight to your heels, pick up your toes, pivot, turn your back toes in, push your left hip forward, right rib cage back, squeeze your inner thighs together. Keep squeezing your left glute. Stretch up, chin to chest, go down. Look towards your belly button and notice when that left hip starts to open. Try to keep the left hip forward and down. So it's truly the spine moving. And when our back is tight, which is like all of us, the hips will try to compensate. But if you can keep your 2 hips in line, then both sides of your back round equally the same. If you can touch your forehead to your knee, then you can round your whole upper body over half of your lower body. True extension of the spine, true compression to the abdominal wall. This is called a compression posture in yoga and Ayurvedic medicine because it's believed you're really squeezing into the internal organs and like actually kind of like massaging the internal organs to stimulate and cleanse them. Push your forehead into your knee, lock both legs, hands together, change, slowly uncurl, chin to chest, head up last. Good, pivot on your heels, I'm gonna face you, Uncross your heels, turn your back toes in, squeeze your right butt cheek, push your right hip forward. If your hands are coming apart, press your palms flat. Stretch up, chin to chest, go down, round, scoop, curl, tuck, concave. Think of your arms as extensions of your spine. Nice long arc from the side. Tuck your chin to your chest. Pull your abdomen in, touch your forehead to your knee. Shift your weight to your front foot, left hip up, right hip forward, two hips in line, front side compression, throat choke, jaw relaxed, eyes open, breathing normal. If your hands are separated, walk them back together, maybe thumbs crossed, maybe palms together, not because you have to, but because you can. That's the spirit of this class. Push your forehead into your knee, lift your kneecaps, lock your legs, hands together, change. Imagine you're dragging your forehead up your thigh, your chest, head up last. Good, pivot on your heels, right foot back, arms down. Come to the middle of your mat for tree pose and then toes down. This is our hip opening series, starting with tree pose, Tadasana. Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, and lift your right leg up. Heel to costume, slowly, gently, let your right knee drop down and back into a half lotus shape. Never force your body. Bring your right hand up to the center of your chest. And if you can balance, left hand. Elbows down, spine straight. Take a slow breath, centering yourself right here, right now. Change, right leg down. Shift your weight to your right leg. Lock your right leg and lift your left leg up. Heel to costume. Slowly, gently, let your left knee drop down and back. You can bring one or both hands together. If your foot starts to slide like mine does, you can hold onto your foot with your hand. If it hurts to let your knee drop, you can hold on to your knee. You can always also have your ankle lower on your leg, but eventually heel to costume, right? We're training our hips and knees to sit in lotus pose one day. We call this tree pose, but in other styles of yoga, it's often referred to as standing half lotus pose. Change, left leg down. You can do another standing half lotus or try toe stand, Padangustasana. Look towards the floor, 4 feet in front of you. Picking one spot on the floor helps with balance, concentration, meditation. Lock your left leg and lift your right leg up. Your foot can be anywhere above the knee, anywhere on the thigh. If your foot is prone to falling below the knee, right, hold on to your foot. Otherwise, hands in prayer, fold forward. Hands to floor. Option to stay here or walk your hands forward, lean forward like you're going to do a handstand, lift your heel, bend your knee, sit down on your heel. Walk your hands back to either sides of your hips. Ooh, that feels like a good stretch to my calf this morning. Point your right toes, bring your left hand up to the center of your chest. Right hand, palms together, elbows down, spine straight, come a half inch off your heel. When you're ready, hands to floor, you can come up on 2 feet or lift your hips up to straighten your standing leg and then press your hips forward to reverse out. Good, change right leg down, shift your weight to your right leg, lock your right leg, lift your left leg up. This side might feel different, that's okay. You can bring one or both hands together, look to the floor, fold forward. I'm going to stay here, but I'll keep talking you through it. Walk your hands forward, lean forward, lift your heel, bend your knee, sit down. Walk your hands back to either sides of your hips. Everybody, shoulders back, lengthen your spine, stomach in, point your left toes, left hip forward, left knee down. Left hand up to the center of your chest. Right hand, palms flat. Keep stretching the elbows and shoulders down. Stretch the crown of your head up. Come a half inch off your heel. Change. Put your hands on the floor in front of you. You can come up on 2 feet or lift your hips up, straighten your standing leg, and then press your hips forward to come out. Beautiful. Nice. Change. Left leg down. Honor yourself. Give yourself high five, fist bump, turn around, Savasana. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. We're on the floor for the rest of class. And I am going to change our camera angle. Okay, great. Turn around, lie on your back, Savasana. I have not done this in a while. Okay, let's read from 365 Daily Meditations for On and Off the Mat, A Year in Hot Yoga by Scott Ginsberg. This is like what I would call a daily devotional, but it's gone 26 into yoga, which is pretty cool because it's actually kind of hard to find books that are specific to this style of yoga. Not impossible. There's a good number of books on this style of yoga, but not necessarily in this cute like coffee table format. Okay, and today is December 4th. Here's what Scott says. Make your transformation palpable. Arthur Schopenhauer, the legendary philosopher, once said that all truth passes through 3 stages. First, it is ridiculed. Second, it is violently oppressed. Third, it is accepted as being self-evident. Yoga followed a similar path for me. Initially, my friends and family made jokes about my new pursuit. They laughed at my outfits, about the series of poses being nothing but sweaty stretches, and about me being one of 3 men in class. But once they started to notice the palpable transformation in my life, mentally, emotionally, physically, socially, the ridicule was soon replaced by curiosity. They stopped making jokes and started respecting me for trying to do something for myself. Some of them even asked if they could take along with me for a class. It reminds me of a brilliant saying from inspirational speaker Rob Bell, who said that you don't need to sell the world on the quality of your springs, just give others the chance to jump on the trampoline with you. It's a pretty hard offer to refuse once you see how much fun someone is having. And the question for today is, this is a good one. I just got goosebumps. Is your life a living testimony to what you believe? Is your life a living testimony to what you believe? Uttanasana when you're moving pose. Bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, grab your right shin, nice tight white knuckle grip, pull your knee out to the right, down towards your shoulder, completely avoid your rib cage. Keep your head on the floor, look down the center line of your body, pull and squeeze. Change, right leg down, left leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, nice tight grip, pull your knee out to the left, down towards your shoulder, avoid your rib cage. Keep your head on the floor, look down the center line of your body, hold and breathe. Change, left leg down, both legs lift up, grab your elbows each other, give yourself a big hug for coming to class today. Squeeze your knees together and down, keep your head on the floor without lifting your head, tuck your chin in, puff your chest up, squeeze your knees, press your shins into your forearms, roll your hips down onto the floor. Oh, that feels good. Eventually, or in the future, when the bone joint skeletal system has improved, the whole spine from coccyx to the neck will be flat on the floor. Change, arms down and eyes open. I've shared this before, but I had a student, she lives in Paris now, but I had a student years ago who was doing a 90-day challenge. And at the time at our studio, it was 90 classes in 90 days. And it was all 90-minute versions of this yoga, the version we're doing today, in a hot room. And Ryan was a lobbyist, and she was telling me how, a lot of her job involved last minute, like, hey, come down to this bar, we're drinking, we're, networking, whatever it was. And that was an expected part of her job as a lobbyist on Capitol Hill. And the first time that her colleagues actually respected her saying no, or respected her saying, I'm just going to have a club soda tonight, not a glass of wine, or, whatever that was when she was doing the 90-day challenge, right? At first they were like, what? That's crazy. Hot yoga every day. You're crazy. And then they started to see, oh, she's really committed to it, right? And then they were like, oh, that's cool. I get it, right? Especially she was doing like the 6 a.m. classes. She was like, sorry, guys, I have to leave early. But she said that was the first time in her professional career that her colleagues respected her choice, like not to drink or not to go out or to leave early. Second set, bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, grab your right shin, nice tight white knuckle grip. Pull your knee out to the right, down towards your shoulder, avoid your rib cage. I had another student who once said her boss told her, whatever you're doing in yoga, keep doing it. You're so calm, nothing, it was something along the lines of like, nothing can steal your peace, or like, nothing bothers you now, right? And I was like, wow, I would love a sound clip of that. Change, right leg down, left leg up, pull your knee out and down. So I agree with that statement. At first people are like, yoga, what are you doing? And then they're like, oh, wow, you're a little bit more calm. You're a little bit, for me at least, a little bit more sane than when you don't practice yoga. Interesting. Change, left leg down, both legs up, grab your elbows each other. I have another student who her and her brother both practice this style of yoga, and they all live in different parts of the country. But when the whole family gets together, they've made it a rule that at least prior to COVID, they had to vacation somewhere near a 26-2 studio, because if the two of them did not have the opportunity to take yoga, by the end of the trip, nobody would be happy and everybody would be yelling at each other. Change, arms down and eyes open. Next, we do a straight leg sit up. If you have any concerns about your back, you can skip the sit up and roll off to the side, meet on your abdomen. Otherwise, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Turn, lie on your stomach for the spine strengthening series, starting with Cobra Bujongasana, good for your lower lumbar spine. You can place your hands flat on the floor just below your shoulders so your elbows point up to the ceiling. Zip up your legs like a cobra's tail, toes and heels touch. Evenly distribute your body weight on your hands, palms. Lock your legs, squeeze your butt, look up and lift. Stretch your upper body off the floor. Use 100% spine strength. Beautiful. Come up halfway only. Elbows stay bent. They make an L, a 90-degree angle like a rectangle. Roll your shoulders back and down. Keep pressing your hands into the floor a little bit. Press your feet into the floor. Don't forget about your cobra's tail. Toes, heels, knees touch. Lock your legs. Squeeze your butt. Push your feet, hips, and hands down. Now lift your chin up, chest up, look up, stretch up, breathe up. Just the belly button on the floor, the rest of the chest in the air. Change, slowly lower down. Look to your right, left ear on your mat, arms down, palms face the ceiling, toes together, heels fall open. The physical benefits to this yoga, I could go on and on about all day, both anecdotally, right? Stories that people share with me, as well as like what we know about studies about certain yoga postures, breathing exercises, etc. Right? But to me, like the most powerful anecdotes are the ones of more internal transformation of like, wow, that person doesn't bother me anymore, or wow, I don't get angry when this, when my family member triggers me, or whatever it is, right? Those are what I'm more interested in, because I believe most of us come to yoga for the physical benefits, but we stay for like the psychological, emotional, spiritual benefits. Second set, bring your chin forward and we get cute butts, right? Put your hands flat on the floor just below your shoulders so your elbows point up. Zip up your legs like a cobra's tail. Lock your legs, squeeze your butt, look up and lift. I used to joke that, you come to yoga for a cute butt, but you leave with peace of mind. Or maybe you come to yoga for peace of mind, but you happen to leave with a cute butt, right? It's never what you thought you needed, but exactly what you needed in the present moment. Roll your shoulders back and down, stretch your elbows to your hips, opening your heart space. Imagine you have a walnut in between your shoulder blades and you want to crack it. Who needs a nutcracker this season, right? You can do it. Squeeze your shoulders together, open through your chest, lock your legs, lift your chest, lift up and change. Slowly lower down, look to your left, right here on your mat, arms down, heels open. This is called the spine strengthening series. It is notably not called the spine flexibility series. It is called the spine strengthening series. So all of the postures that we're doing, there's versions of it in other styles of yoga that focus on flexibility of the spine. But in this version, we're really focusing on strengthening the muscles that surround the spine, along the backs of the legs, the triceps, the shoulders, the whole back of the body, so that you can stand taller after class. Bring your chin forward, locust shalabhasana, arm straight position, rotate your arms, palms face the floor. Option to keep your arms out to the side or bring your arms underneath you. So one day pinky fingers touch. Now you're stretching out the tendons and ligaments in the arms and hands. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, and lift your right leg up to a 45-degree angle, half of 90. So you're using your calf muscle, your hamstring, your glute. You're strengthening the muscles that surround the spine. Keep your triceps tight. Press your shoulders down, lock your leg, lift up, change. Right leg down, relax your right leg. Lock your left leg, point your left toes, lift your left leg up. Left leg should be solid. Concrete, one piece, lamp post, unbroken, you have no knee. With your chin forward, you're also working on neck mobility. However, if this does not feel good for your neck, you can always keep your chin in a little bit and your mouth down on the floor for all three parts. Eventually, chin forward, heel up, change, left leg down. Now for the third part, everybody chin in so that your neck is long and neutral, mouth on your mat, give your mat a kiss. Mwah. Bring your arms a little closer underneath you, zip up your legs like a cobra's tail, toes, heels touch. Squeeze your butt, lock your legs, point your toes, roll forward, lift both legs up, come up. Everybody come up, struggle a little harder, don't give up. So remember, calves tight, glutes tight, right? Point your toes, lock your legs, triceps tight, push your hands back, roll forward, legs up, change, slowly lower down. Take your arms out to the side, look to your right, left ear on your mat, and take a breath. Get a nice rush of blood through your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists, all the way into your fingertips. Bring your chin forward, arms straight position. Rotate your arms, palms face the floor. Bring your arms underneath you. One day, pinky fingers touch. Spread your fingers wide. Press your knuckles down. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, and lift your right leg up. Imagine you're drawing a line up the back wall. Use your big toe, sole of the foot flat to the ceiling. Roll forward a little bit more. Lift your leg up, change, right leg down. Relax right leg, lock left leg, point left toes, lift your left leg up. In these postures on the abdomen, you might not be able to do like the deepest breaths of all time, but make sure you're not holding your breath. Even little sips of air in and out through the nose helps to keep the body nice and oxygenated. Change, left leg down, good end finale, chin in, mouth down, neck long, bring your arms a little closer underneath you, maybe fingers a little closer to the knees, zip up your legs, spread your fingers wide, commit, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, roll forward, lift both legs up. It's a mind over the matter posture. Matter is usually the mind. Mouth down, shoulders down, knees, feet together, lock your legs, squeeze your butt, lift your legs up. Change, slowly lower down, bring your arms out, look to the left, right ear on your mat. So that posture is particularly good, right? If you, let's say, have tennis elbow, carpal tunnel, frozen shoulder, arthritic fingertips. If you are a guitar player, a knitter, if you like to style your hair every day, if you write a lot of letters, if you use a mouse all day, typing, right? All of that posture right there is really good for stretching out the arms and the hands. This style of yoga is a wonderful exercise in and of itself. And it's also a wonderful way to help you do the things that you love to do longer, whether that's a hobby like knitting or a hobby like running or playing soccer or whatever that is, right? These postures help keep our muscles supple, our joints, right, nice and strong so that we can do, the other things that we love to do as well. Picking up our grandkids, like whatever it is, right? Bring your chin forward, arms out to the side for Pranayama, full locust. Zip up your legs like a cobra's tail. It's a theme, toes, heels touch. Lock your legs, squeeze your butt, point your toes, look up and lift. Arms, body, head, legs, everything lifts off the floor. So nice, like a 747 taking off. Just your hip bones on the floor. The rest of your body is in the air. Look up to the ceiling. Where your eyes go, your body will know to follow. Reach your arms apart. Keep your knees, feet together. Toes, heels touch. Lock your legs, squeeze your butt. So again, you're working your calves, your hamstrings, your glutes, all of the muscles that surround the spine. Keep the arms long, the shoulders soft. Lift your arms a little higher. Thighs a little higher, thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change slowly with control, lower down, tuck in your wings, look to your right, full left ear on your mat. So slowly over time, as we look left and right, the neck and shoulders start to open up. For some of us, right, the more we do this yoga, the easier it is to get the left ear on the floor, and the more that we take for granted just how hard that is, right? There's so many people who can't look left and right. If that's you, that's okay. But again, one of the things I love about this style of yoga, even the Savasanas are profoundly simple and profoundly effective at just slowly, gently opening the body, whether it's a neck or a shoulder or an ankle or whatever it is. Second set, bring your chin forward, arms out to the side like airplane wings, perpendicular to the body. Zip up your legs, toes, heels touch. Lock your legs, squeeze your tush, lift up and lift. Other options for this posture, if having your arms up does not feel good, can bend your arms in, can have your arms forward or back, right? Depending on if it's frozen shoulder, right? You never want to force the shoulder. If you have frozen shoulder, I'm so sorry, that is not fun, right? Don't force your shoulders, but you can do yoga, focusing on what your spine is doing. Keep your feet together, toes, heels touch, lock your legs, squeeze your butt, point your toes, thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, arms back, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change, lower down with control, tuck in your wings, look to your left, maybe whole right ear on your mat. Conversely, if looking left and right is aggravating your neck and shoulder, you can bend one or both arms so that your hands are close to your face, and that will take pressure off of your neck and shoulder, eventually arms down. Okay, bring your chin forward, Dhanurasana floor bow. Bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside, 2 inches below your toes, thumbs with your index fingers. Start with your knees and your feet close together. Point your toes, squeeze your butt, look up towards the ceiling, and start to kick into your hands. Continuously keep kicking without stopping, without intermission. It's the kick that drives the posture. Roll forward once, freeze between your ribs and hips, hold still. Do little sips of air in and out to your nose. That's so beautiful. You're kicking in 2 directions. You're kicking back and you're kicking up. If this posture hurts your knees or elbows, think about kicking up more than you're kicking back. Eventually the thighs come off the floor. Look up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change. Slowly lower down. Look to your right, left ear on your mat, eyes open, mouth closed. With the toes together and the heels falling open, it's an inverse opening to the hips and pelvis. Second set, chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside, 2 inches below the toes, thumbs with your index fingers, point your toes, squeeze your buns, look up, and start to kick into your hands, right? Use what you learned in the first set to inform your second set. Keep your neck long, shoulders back. Eventually the shoulders roll back and open. Point your toes, squeeze your butt. Notice if you're rocking back and forth a lot, hold still, do the little sips of air in and out through your nose, look up to the ceiling, kick, kick, hold at your deepest point. Change, slowly lower down. Very nice. Look to your left, right here on your mat. Let that one go. Bring your chin forward, put your hands on the floor, push up, come to the top of your mat, fixed firm, Supta Vajrasana. I will show you from the side. Start in tabletop, open your knees and feet, option to stay here or start to walk your hands back. You can keep your hands in front of you, beside you, or behind you the whole time, until eventually you can sit down between your heels. Doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. This is called hero pose in some styles of yoga, which I like. You can be your own hero. Option to stay here or put your palms on your soles. Right elbow down, left elbow down, drop your head back, head to the floor, tuck your chin in, lengthen through the neck spine, feels so good. Neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows each other and hold. Wherever you are is perfect. You want a gentle stretch to your toes, ankles, knees, quads, hips, never a point of pain. So if your hobby or passion in life is like, skiing or soccer or running, right, or basketball or whatever, cycling, these are your postures, right? The fixed firm series where the tops of the feet, ankles, shins, and knees are fixed firmly on the floor. So we're stretching out the lower body while at the same time moving our spine. Change, put your hands on your feet, press yourself up, head up last, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. And we've talked today a lot about like if you have a shoulder or arm injury, but as well, right? If you have like a lower body injury, let's say like one knee is really aggravated, you could do a one leg version of this posture where the other leg stays straight in front of you. You can roll up your mat a little bit, so there's extra padding under your toes, your ankles, your knees, or you can always just do like a small amount of every posture, like just get into the setup, right? So again, lots of modifications for the lower body as well. You can always skip the sit up by rolling off to the side. Otherwise, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up, elbows to floor, forehead to knees. Okay. Second set, come to the top of your mat, knees, feet together, hips on your heels, open your feet, sit down between your heels. If this posture is easy for you, try to keep your knees together in the second set, but if you want to open the knees, that is okay. If you can, and if you ever need to drink water at this point in class, get into the setup first and then grab water. Pro tip. Okay, option to stay here or put your palms on your soles, right elbow down, left elbow down, drop your head back, head to the floor, tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows, each other and hold. The best times in class to grab water are at party time, right before the first set of triangle, right after toe stand when we hit the floor, and then once you get into the setup of fixed firm. So you get into the setup and then you drink a sip of water. Change, put your hands on your feet, press yourself up, head up last, very nice, turn around Savasana. And the worst time in class to drink water is right before camel pose or rabbit pose, because those really move the abdominal wall a lot. And so it is easier on an empty stomach. So yeah, I do not recommend drinking water right before camel or rabbit. I was once in a class with a couple and it was like the guy's first time doing yoga and he started to drink water before rabbit pose and his fiance literally slapped the water bottle out of his hand and was like, don't do that, you'll throw up. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up, true love. Okay, come to the middle of your mat for half tortoise, Urdhva. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels, arms up, palms together, cross your thumbs, chin away from your chest, stretch up and go down, stomach in, forehead to floor, little fingers to floor, tilt your pinky fingers down, reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, get your elbows and wrists off the floor, just the knife edges of your pinky fingers touch the floor, the rest of your arms are in the air. You can also, have your hands down by your side in any way if having the arms overhead does not feel good to the arms or shoulders today. Reach your arms forward, slide your neck spine forward, and then sink your hips down, move your hips back, stretching the spine. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Change, come on up, chin away from the chest, stomach in, very nice, arms down, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Oh gosh, I have a Christmas, like a real Christmas tree in here, and when I'm breathing, I can like smell the pine. It smells so good. Makes breathing even more enticing. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Okay, turn, come to the back of your mat. Second set, knees, feet together, hips on your heels. If sitting on your heels does not feel good, right, you can always start by standing on your knees as well. Arms up, palms together, cross your thumbs, stretch up, go down. You can also put your hands on the floor and walk yourself in and out of this posture. Eventually, head touches the floor before your little fingers. Reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, re-energize, reorganize, revitalize, stretch. Change, slowly come up. Very nice, arms down, turn around, Savasana. Breathing in and breathing out. So in the standing series, right, we do mountain pose to find stillness between every posture. And in the floor series, we do Savasana, corpse pose between every posture to find a little bit of stillness. Reset button for body and soul. Legs together, arms over your head, chin to chest, sit up. Camel, Ustrasana, our deepest back bend. Come to the top of your mat, stand on your knees, 6 inches between your knees and your feet. And stand back a bit. And again, if you'd like, you can roll up your mats. There's extra padding under your knees, your toes, your ankles, whatever you need. Put your hands on your lower back, thumbs outside, fingers down to the floor. Push your hips forward, keep your eyes open, lift your nose and chest. And when you're ready, let your head drop back. This might be enough. You can stay here, especially in the first set. Or when you're ready, go back halfway, freeze in the middle. Option to stay here, or right hand down, grab your right heel. Left hand down, grab your left heel. Thumbs outside, fingers inside. Full palm grip on your heels. Push stomach, thighs, hips forward. Lift your chest up. Drop your head back. Look for your toes behind you. Good. When you're ready, place your hands on your back. Press yourself up. Head up last. Stretch up. Sit down. Turn around. Savasana. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Okay, come to the top of your mat, camel, Ustrasana, or second back bend. You can open your knees a little wider, 8 to 10 inches between your knees, still 6 inches between your feet. Put your hands on your lower back, bring your elbows close together behind you, push your hips forward, lift your chest up, let your head drop back. Go back halfway, freeze in the middle. Right hand down, grab your right heel. Left hand down, grab your left heel. Thumbs outside, fingers inside. Full palm grip on your heels. Push stomach, thighs, hips forward. Lift your chest up. Full spine back bending. Head back. Hold and breathe. Good. Change. Put your hands on your back. Press yourself up. Head up last. Stretch up. Sit down. Turn around. Savasana. I love that question in that book today. I'm paraphrasing, but like, is your life a living testimony to what you believe in? Like, to me, I'm always like, yes, it's good to have spinal mobility, but what's the point if we can't, learn to like breathe outside of yoga? What's the point if we can't learn to be metaphorically physical outside of our yoga practice? What's the point if we can't learn to hold still and breathe in an otherwise uncomfortable situation? Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Come to the middle of your mat, knees, feet together, hips on your heels. Grab your heels from the outside, thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Chin to chest, stomach in, forehead to knees, automatically top of head to floor. Pull on your heels, don't lose the grip, lift your hips up. If there's a gap between your knees and head,
You can walk your knees up one by one, but head stays in place. If your feet are coming off the floor or your grip is sliding, ease up a little bit. There's about 70% of your body weight in your feet and your hands and palms, only like 30% of your body weight in your neck spine, right? So you're not punching your head into the floor. Lift your shoulders up, squeeze your heels together, round forward, change, hips down, slow, young curl, head up last, turn around, Savasana. I think you were all on the Zoom a few weeks ago where I was like, had to like tune in from a friend's house because we'd had an adult sleepover. And the next day I tried to get an Uber and we're like, wow, Uber is really taking a long time. So he's like, don't worry, I'll drive you. And then we realized it was the marathon and I literally couldn't go home and we had to turn around and I had to teach from my friend's apartment. But the whole time that we were in the car and there's like 5 minutes till class starts, my friend is like, wow, you're really calm. Like, I know that you're a yoga teacher, but I would be freaking out right now if I was, late for a meeting. But I was like, but what's the point, right? What is the point of me freaking out right now? I know that I'm going to teach the class. I know that it'll be okay. And I know that me freaking out isn't going to help me, get on Zoom any faster, right? Like, what's the point of practicing yoga if not to be able to have like a little bit of grace under pressure? Doesn't mean I'm that way every time. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes I freak out about stuff too, but again, like let the yoga be a living testament to your spirit on the inside. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Come to the middle of your mat, knees, feet together, hips on your heels, hands on your thighs. Grab your heels from the outside, stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest and go down. What is the point of being able to touch your forehead to your knee if you can't be able to breathe through your nose, right? Or to hold space for people you love, forehead to knees, top of head to floor, pull on your heels, don't lose the grip, lift your hips up, squeeze your heels together, press your hips forward, lift your shoulders up, stomach in, round your spine, hold and breathe. Good, change, hips down, slowly uncurl. Head up last, turn around, Savasana. Bikram, for all of his flaws, has some pretty good quotes. And one of them that I actually don't share that often, but he says, the longest distance you'll ever travel is the approximate 6 inches between your head and your heart. The longest distance you'll ever travel is the 6 inches or so between your head and your heart. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. I think yoga helps us get out of our head into our heart. Right leg out, left leg in, 2 legs make an L, as in legs. Inhale your arms over your head, big stretch up. Exhale, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee. You can bend your right leg if it helps you to touch your forehead to your knee. Flex your toes back, bend your elbows down, suck your stomach in. Left elbow down, left shoulder down, roll into the left. Change, arms up, left leg out, right leg in, 2 legs make an L, big stretch up. Turn to your left, chin to chest, touch your forehead to your knee. Flex your toes back, and it's a great way to stretch the calf and Achilles. This is our third and final Janu Sharasana, head to knee compression posture. You're squeezing, compressing the abdominal wall, massaging and cleansing the internal organs. Change, arms up, both legs out in front of you. If you're skipping, sit up, stay here, stretch up. Otherwise, lay down and sit up. Paschimottanasana stretching. Bend your knees, hook onto your big toes with your peace sign fingers, middle and index fingers, thumbs on top. Scoot your butt back, right, left, 10 to 15 times. Knees can stay bent if it helps you keep a flat back. Otherwise, straighten your legs, stick your butt out a little bit, puff up your chest, lock your legs, and start to fold forward. Now, toes, heels touch. If you're like me, depending on the proportion of your hips, your knees, right? My knees are touching. They can't come any closer together, but my toes and heels are a little bit apart. That's okay, right? Just make sure your toes are not turning in like tacos. You want to spiral your inner thighs down, flex your little toes back so that the soles of your feet stay flat. Pull, stretch, breathe, roll forward, eventually forehead and toes touch. Change, come on up, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. So some of us have like, what's called like bow legs or knock knees or whatever that is, right? An internal and external rotation to the pelvis, whatever that is, that's okay. The idea is here, you're trying to keep your hips neutral. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Janu Sharasana, head to knee pose. I'm going to show you second set at a slight angle. Right leg out, left leg in. So heel to costume, sole of foot should push into inner right thigh bicep. Make sure that your leg is not on top of your foot. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, turn to your right, chin to chest, touch your forehead to your knee. If it's easy to touch your forehead to your knee with a bent leg, keep going, going, going. If your leg is straight, lock your leg, bend your elbows down, suck your stomach in. Now you'll hear left elbow down, left shoulder down. It is possible to overdo that, right? You're not like leaning all the way in. It's just this idea that in general, we tend to tilt to the right. So then you want to even that out so your two shoulders are in line. Change, arms up, left leg out, right leg all the way in, two legs, make an L, a 90-degree angle, no wider, stretch up, turn to your left, chin to chest, touch your forehead to your knee, right? So eventually heel off the floor, elbows to floor, roll the shoulders back and down. This is great practice for standing head to knee without having to balance. Feel what it feels like, have your forehead high on your knee, looking at your belly button, rolling to the right. Change, arms up, both legs out in front of you. If you're skipping sit up, stay here, otherwise lay down and sit up. Paschimottanasana stretching, bend your knees, hook onto your big toes with peace sign fingers, thumbs on top. Scoot your butt back, right, left, right, left. If your legs are straight, stick your butt out even more, lock your legs, puff up your chest and fold. So again, notice if the toes are turning in and the knees are coming out, spiral inner thighs down, flex little toes back, roll the shoulders back and down. Almost think about arching your spine. So rather than pulling, you're really lengthening, like you could hook your rib cage over your knees, stomach to thighs pull, chest to knees stretch, one day toes and head touch. Change, come on up, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your nose. Okay, legs together, arms over your head, chin to chest, sit up. Enjoy the sit up. Good, come to the middle of your mat. Ardha Matsyendrasana, half Lord of the Fish pose. Bend your left leg on the floor, touch your right heel to your left knee. You can also keep your left leg straight in front of you. And also always sit crisscross applesauce, right? There's lots of different ways to get a spine twist here. Take your right hand close behind you like a second spine, left arm up, bend over, push your knee out of the way, grab your left knee with your left hand, heel and knee touch. You can also grab your mat if you can't grab your knee. Look down. If you are sitting on your left foot, slide it out of the way, roll to the right, evenly distribute your body weight on both sit bones. Inhale, stretch up, stomach in. Exhale, look over your right shoulder twist. You can keep your right hand behind you. You can also grab your waistband or your left thigh with your right hand. Keep spine straight, chest up, pull the abdomen in, twist your spine like beads in a necklace. Inhale, stretch up, exhale, look back, twist, twist, twist. Good, change, unwind, swap out your legs. You can showgirl, wee, bend your right leg on the floor, touch your left heel to your right knee corner. Left arm behind you, right arm up, bend over, grab your right knee with your right hand, heel and knee touch, drop your shoulders, lift your chest. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over, left shoulder twist. You can keep your left hand behind you or reach behind you, catch your right thigh with your left hand. Keep your spine straight, chest up, right knee down, left big toe down, point your right toes. On the breath in, stretch up. On the breath out, look up, twist and twist and twist. Change, unwind, turn around, Savasana. We begin 26 and 2 with a breathing exercise, exhaling through the mouth, and we end full circle with another breathing exercise, Kapalbhati breathing, skull shining breathing, also exhaling through the mouth. This breathing exercise is good for your lungs, your digestion, your abdominal wall. In a literal sense, it's good for pushing any last particles out of your lungs. Like you go to a bonfire and you get some smoke in your lungs, because that's the only way you get smoke in your lungs, right? Right. Right. It's good for pushing that out. It's good for pushing pollen out during seasonal transitions. And on a metaphorical level, I think it's also good for just anything left that you just want to like push out rapidly from your spirit, from your heart. This is an opportunity to do that as well. Legs together, arms over your head, chin to chest, sit up. Good. It's sometimes referred to as like a cleansing breath, like you're cleansing from the inside out. You can sit knees, feet together, hips on your heels, hands on your thighs. If it hurts to sit on your feet, don't do it silly. Sit on your butt, crisscross applesauce, but every once in a while, try to sit on your feet because it is easier for your diaphragm to move. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times. Concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit up tall, drop your shoulders, lift your chest, look straight ahead, and begin.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good for you. Honor yourself. Give yourself a hug. High five, pat on the back, turn around, final Savasana. You can close your eyes, open your arms and legs, take up as much or as little space as you'd like, and take a nice slow breath in through your nose and out through your nose. So this question of, are you living your life, in a way that is in line with like what you believe in, right? Now I'm really paraphrasing it, but that's a beautiful question. And that can be a lot of pressure to put on yourself, right? When you go out into the world this weekend, I really wish for you that you live your life in line with your values. And I also really wish for you that labels like male, female, yogi, atheist, Christian, Muslim, whatever that is, I hope that those roles do not define you, because in yoga, yes, we're yogis by practicing yoga, but really we're getting to know ourselves better so that we can just be like our individual, messy, imperfect, perfectly imperfect self, right? You don't have to present yourself as like a person that practices yoga to the world. You just have to present yourself as Steve or Dunya or Elizabeth or Holly. Breathing in, breathing out. And I think that's the biggest gift that we can give to our friends, right? And our family and our loved ones, is just to be authentically ourselves. Because when we're authentically ourselves, we give others permission to be authentically themselves and live in line, right, with their values and with their passions in life. Breathing in, breathing out. You are so very you, and you are so very loved.